Hello, I'm Brent, the technical lead from Botstacks. I'm really excited to share our platform with you and how you can get started. So immediately after logging in, you're presented with our dashboard. On the left is the nav, and one of the options here is Botstacks. This page is the page that shows you all of the assistants that you've created and that you can use to deploy on your website or any other platform using our SDKs. So I'll go ahead and create one, and I'll call it demo. This brings us straight into our a designer. This designer is meant for building out your conversational flow for your assistant. It's made up of nodes and connections. On the left, you can see the nodes. The nodes act as functions within your conversation that handle whatever logic that you need. And connections are what you use to connect them together to build out the flow of your conversation. So on the left, you can see various different nodes. We have a response AI and a listen, which kind of the response AI is sending the message as the assistant, and the listen is listening for some sort of user prompt. So you can chain these together to create your conversation. So I'll go ahead and just show you a really simple app or assistant that you can build really quick. So you'll see there's already a start node. You get that for free. When I want to build out my conversation, I might start with like an LLM. We'll just start with that. So this is just using a large language model that is kind of used as the crux for talking to your user. So I'll go ahead and select one of the models that we offer. I'll just do the GPT 3.5, and we'll just use this simple prompt here. So in order to have that flow, I would need to connect these with a connection. So basically, upon starting, it will send that to the LLM. And you might see that I left this user prompt empty. What you want to do is you want to reference the node. So basically, from the start node, the input that was received comes through as start -0. So I can reference that here. So that's going to take whatever the user message was and send it as a user prompt. So from there, that outputs a whatever the OpenAI model returned. So I will want to return that one back to the user. So I can just do this. In the top, you'll see there's multiple options for your assistant. One of those is this play button that opens up the sandbox, and you can see that it's going to follow along with the conversation as we play with the sandbox. So I can just say hey, and we're processing the AI node, and then we see the response that it gave back. Now that's it for the conversation that I've built so far. So if I want to get more into that, I can add more and more nodes, and make it as complex as you want. So I'm just going to kind of wrap this up and just do like a loop here, so I can just continue talking to my assistant forever. So I'll do a listen node. So upon returning a response back to the user, I'll just, as the assistant, I'll wait for a response, and then I'll take that right back over in, and then we'll just keep going. So the one thing that I do need to add after doing that is I will need to reference the listen node as well. So since there is no start, so once we come through this flow and we come through the listen and go back into this LLM, the start 0 will be empty. So we can just act as if there's almost nothing there, and we can reference the listen 0. So basically this is just saying it's either going to be, we're going to either take the start node input, or we're going to take the listen node input. So that should solve both cases. So now I can go ahead and do that here, and I'll just do that. Got a response. I'm hungry. I am hungry. And then you can see that it wraps back around. You also have details and stuff like that in here that can help you make your assistant even better. So you can see the tokens consumed and stuff like that. So that might be stuff that you have to worry about as far as your limits, depending on whatever plan you have. And then, so that's great. You have an assistant. Now what can you do with it? So we have multiple ways that you can deploy this into whatever platform you have. So the one that you've probably seen a lot is the like a support bot on your website. So So we offer that. It's just an HTML snippet, super easy. I'll show you how to configure that. The other option is using some of our UI kits or SDKs. We have JavaScript SDK and a React UI kit, more to come. And we have, same thing goes for iOS and Android. So you can deploy that on any platform you wish. So in order to get this assistant working, on my website, I'll just show you that really simple snippet. All you have to do is this is the publish button. You just have to publish it. So now it's live. So now I can make changes to it without it. Like if I wanted to, add that complexity that we talked about, I can do that now without affecting the live deployed version of my site, of my assistant on my site. So in order to do that, you can go back out here, and there's this little button right here that's for the web assistant, right? So this gives you the assistant. This is what it looks like. You can go through here. You can give it a different name. You can give it, different description. That's just this tagline right here. And then you can change the color even. So we have, and you can change where it's pinned on your site. We'll just stick it bottom right because that's the most common case. Site. I'll just add some stuff in here. And this URL is good for, if you leave it blank, it'll work just fine. If you want to secure it down, you can definitely add a URL in here. Just add your site in there, and then if this is being used by whatever, some malicious party got your stuff, it will not be able to be used. You won't run it. Your limits won't be consumed. Your AI tokens, all that stuff. We won't worry about that right now because I'm not actually deploying it anywhere. It's just going to be on my local machine when I show you. So the next step for getting it out there is all you got to do is copy this guy. And then say you already have an HTML site. I have this right here. Super, super simple. I'll just show you. This is the HTML. Super, super simple. I can just copy and paste that guy in there. All good. I'm going to reload this. And we should see our little icon pop up right here. Got that little green guy. And here it is popping up. I can say, hey, all good. And this is the same experience that we received in our Sandbox.